You want this. You want this time, freedom, leveraged online business. I know how much you want this. And yet, when you look at your week, there's nowhere to put it. And it's not because you're lazy, and it's not because you're not committed enough, but because your life is already so full. You're raising children. You might even be supporting aging parents. You're managing a relationship, a household. You possibly even have a career alongside everything else. I know that's where I certainly was when I was starting my online business. Somewhere in the middle of all of that, there is this beautiful business of yours. The thing that you built in your head, that you believe in, that you lie awake at night even thinking about, and it keeps getting pushed to the bottom of this to-do list. Not because it doesn't matter to you, but because everything else gets your priority first. Here's the part that nobody's really talking about. It's the guilt. The feeling that wanting time for yourself, for your business, for your ambition somehow makes you not a good mother, a less present partner, a person who has her priorities wrong. So you wait. You wait more. You tell yourself you'll start when things calm down, when the kids are older, when work gets quieter, when life gives you a gap. But that gap never, ever comes on its own. Life is funny like that. It's relentlessly busy, always. So you have to take radical responsibility for making the gap. Think about how long it took you to build your career. You didn't walk into your profession on day one, just everything completely fully formed for you. You studied, you trained, you showed up for years before it started to feel natural to you. Building a business is no different to that. It takes time, it takes real time, and it takes consistent time. And right now, what's standing between you and your progress isn't your talent or your lack of talent or your idea not being good enough. It's the absence of a protected space to actually work on it. And it doesn't have to be hours every day, just a small, consistent pocket of time that belongs to you and your business. That's it. That is literally the whole thing. So let's talk about how you actually find that space, because it doesn't exist in your week. It doesn't exist in your current week, I should say. You just haven't seen it yet. And there are a couple of steps that you can take that can help you find it and can help you protect it and can help you actually use it in a meaningful way. So the first step for you to take is to audit your time. So for the next 1 to 3 days, so you can do it for 24 hours or you can do it over a 24-hour period over 3 days if you're the sort of person that you're like every day is so completely different. And I want you to track where your time actually goes. Not where you think it goes, but where it really goes. So you need a pen and paper here. You need to write it down every single hour without judgment. And what you'll find will really surprise you, because there are pockets in your week that are currently invisible to you. There's 30 minutes here, there's an hour there, there's time that is literally disappearing into scrolling on your phone, into waiting around, into tasks that could be delegated to somebody else or basically dropped or done later. You can't protect time that you haven't found yet, so you have to find the time first. Step 2 is having the conversation. So once you know where your time is going, it's time to have a conversation. If you have a partner, I want you to bring them in on this. And ladies, it's not a request that we're looking for here. This is a real conversation about what it is that you are trying to build and why it matters so much to you. Tell them what you need. Is it a morning? Is it an evening? Is it 1 hour, 3 times a week? Be super, hyper specific. And you might be surprised how much support is available to you when the people around you actually understand what it is that you're working towards and why it could be good for them too. But they can't support you with what they don't know about. So it's really important to let them in. Step 3 is block your time. So I remember doing this. I was such a small, tiny, minuscule thing, but it was monumental in my life. Taking the calendar off the wall and scheduling your business time in the same way that you'd schedule a doctor's appointment. So it's not, oh, when I get the chance, not when the kids are settled. It's a specific day, a specific time, written down and protected, guarded. Because here's the truth about unprotected time. It will always be filled. It'll be filled by someone else's needs before your own. Scheduling this time is not selfish. It is the most practical thing that you can do for your business right now. Now, this part is important. It's not going to be perfect straight away. So you've got to get that into your head. Life is going to interrupt you. Play dates are going to happen and will sometimes clash with that morning that you'd planned on a Saturday. Somebody will get sick. The unexpectedness of life will show up. And there'll be moments where you feel pulled to abandon your time slot because something else needs you. And there's also something else worth naming here. A lot of women find it really hard to let go, even when help is available. They feel the need to hold everything together, to be the one who manages it all. And learning to step back, sometimes to let a capable partner or a support system that you have carry some of that load, that is really part of this work too. Not just the business work, it's part of the inner work, and it's the work that's really worth doing. When you finally create a small pocket of protected time, something shifts inside you. You stop feeling like your business is something you're trying to squeeze into the edges of your life, and it becomes something you're actually building, being intentional about, slowly, steadily moving forward. And those small, consistent blocks of time, over time they compound. Week after week, they turn into progress that you can actually see when you take a moment to stop and see it for what it is. A business that's actually moving forward. So you're not asking for too much here. You're asking for a little elbow room. That's what I would call it. A little elbow room, space to move, space to think, space to build something that is yours, and you are allowed to have it. So start this week. Track your time first, then have the conversation, then block the hours. Give yourself that small pocket of space, because your business doesn't need you to be available 24 hours a day. It just needs you to show up consistently in the time you've claimed for it. And that time, it is already there in your week. Even though you don't feel it right now, it is already there. You just have to protect it.